It just occurred to me that we really didn't ever really film the yard. So what we're going to try to do is film the yard every 30 days for the course of a year. Well, not a full year, but we're going to start here in May. So it is mid-May here in northern New Jersey, and I chose a kind of a crappy day, so we're getting rained on. But it's been cold up till a few weeks ago, so everything is very slow in coming up. So we are going to do a quick walkthrough of the yard so you can see the property and all the plants we've grown and all the projects that we're going to kind of share with you through the year. Well, let's get this thing going. We're going to get rained on. So this is looking from the patio. We step off the patio. You can look down here, and this is a large pond. This is the frog pond. We added a couple other side ponds to it. One I'll show you is Jersey's, but we put in, it's just now coming up. This is a butterfly garden here. This is full of milkweed, agastaches, leotris, some mist flowers, echinaceas, joe-pye weed. You can see the leotris coming up here. Some of the cone flowers. That's joe-pye weed. We've got swamp milkweed here. Some bronze funnel for black swallowtails. This is snowberry. There's a nice little clearwing sphinx moth that uses that. And these are grapes. We never get grapes. The birds eat them all. These are growing facilities. My wife was nice enough to get me a greenhouse, a quick little hobby greenhouse a few years ago. And this is a growing area. We have just started with some of the stuff here, and we will fill quite a few pots. This is the seed area. We've got purple milkweed. This is all purple milkweed, so that's good. Then over here, we've got some swamp milkweed coming up. This is the pond area. Jersey's looking for her frogs. We've got this is native blueberries here. You can see there's quite a few going to be this year. This was saved from a construction site years ago. We've got a little top area where the water goes on the waterfall. The birds take baths here. There was a woodcock in here the other day. It scared the hell out of me. Here we've got a little rocky area. This is going to all be planted with columbine. I like the rocky soil, so I've kind of created that here. This actually has some cactus. This cactus my niece sent to me from Taos, New Mexico. It survived the winter, so we're going to hope that blooms. And we walk down here. Again, she's looking for frogs. Where are your frogs? This is a path around here. And as you can see, we've put in a pond complex. The water trickles down here. And this is what we like to call a seep. It filters through here. It filters through all the plant roots. And we've got quite a few cool things planted here. Some trillium, rescued trillium. It has started to spread, so that's cool. All the fern you see in this backyard are rescued. We have thousands of them. So all these ferns have all been rescued from construction sites. So we have not bought a single fern. This is the native impatiens. It can be used when you get a bug bite. It's soothing. You can see that. That's what we use. The water filters down through here into the big pond, the waterfall, with all its native plants all around it. Jersey, out of there. Jesus God. No frogs. It's raining. They're out and about. They're not in the pond. You gotta go find them. Where are they? You gotta find them. Where are your frogs? And this pond here, so what we did is we had this pond, we built this Then we added this upper part, and then we had to add this because this is Jersey's pond. This is what she cools down in. This is her own personal pond that she gets to go in. But right now, she's looking for her frogs. It's raining. They're all out in the garden. Yeah, sorry. You gotta find them. So that's the pond area. Again, we have fenced off the whole yard, so this is the first year that, look, we actually have coral bells and they're not eaten down to the stems. We even have hostas. So everything's growing pretty well. And what Jersey had to yell at her is she almost stepped on the lady slipper orchids that are about to bloom. So anyway, we're gonna walk down here to the lower garden. And this is the lower Woodland Garden. We have this whole complex where the pond was built was where they had a doughboy pool. So we tore that down, brought in all this rock, which was all old train timbers, and we replaced it with rock. So we have all this grown and then going now. And then all of this, we put in all these paths, which she does not usually follow. So that's the Woodland Garden down this way, or you can take a path down here, or you can walk out that way. We're gonna go this way. Come on, girl. Let's go show them. Let's go. Yeah, I thought so. That's what I thought. Not much of a taker of paths. So the property goes to a rock wall that runs along the back here, just under an acre, and she is serpentining everywhere else. Again, here's some of the fern. These are cool. These get pretty big here. Some of these are cinnamon fern and interrupted ferns all around us. They're everywhere. We have golden Alexanders. Occasionally black swallowtails eat those. A fir tree that's going to have to be removed. Blue cohosh. Those are pretty cool. And we have Solomon seal coming up all over. Again, fenced in. I don't have them eaten. Usually these don't last. But that is a pretty cool wildflower. All those were saved from a construction site. There's another fir tree I'm gonna move. So I got a couple more paths. This is all tiered. I'll show you down here, but we're gonna walk down to the lower garden. This we had given up a few years ago because the deer kept eating everything down here. So this is only recently started. We've got ostrich fern starting here with yellow twig dogwood. And then we've started this whole area, put in a little lawn. We got a planting bed here. This is where we put in the carnivorous bog, which is doing great. We're gonna put in a vegetable garden here. And this is the lower portion. There's a creek. The animal highway runs through there. But as you can see, here is our yard. Look, the other side of the fence, there is nothing because the deer eat everything. Nothing exists. It is just a brown nothingness. But on this side, we got everything, and they used to treat this as their own personal buffet. So this is the new Woodland Garden. We have a ton of trout lilies. They're everywhere. We've got more. These are all blueberries in here. More ferns coming up. This is foxglove. What else we got here? These are actually European ostrich ferns. We actually rescued these. Have no idea they're European, so they were out in the wild. It must have been gotten loose. So now they're in our yard. These are pretty cool. They get about 3 to 4 feet high. And I believe this is a royal fern. That's a tall guy. He's up to my hip. May apples are going everywhere. And these are a couple of saved wild azaleas. The deer ate them down to nothing and they're now just coming back. So I'm hoping they'll get back in blooming in a few years. We have wood poppies coming up in here. This is going to be a primrose garden. This is low, so the water runs this way. I have a new pond here. This is for wood frogs. And we come on over here. And this is going to be a new garden here. We have a trillium garden starting over here. This is another butterfly garden we've started here. Everything's just coming up, as you can see. We have this whole hill we're going to clear. Pachysandra, got horrible stuff. Haven't quite figured out what to do with that. I think I'm going to put in a hardy salvia garden up there. Here is the new trillium garden. They're kind of past their prime at this point, but we've planted several species here. I think this is luteum. I think that's how you say that. Not quite sure which one that is. There's another one over here, and we've got some here. Grandiflora here, and they're spread out all through here, all the way. We have more mayapple. So this is all new, and this was not possible before because we had lots of trees, but a lot of them died, so we cut them down. And we've got bracken fern starting over there. That's going to be a new meadow garden over here, and this is going to be a new rock garden here. So it's already kind of naturally rocky, so we're going to add some gravel, but there's some pretty cool things here already. We got some shooting stars, all kinds of little goodies growing all along here. But this is a pretty cool area. We're going to make it even nicer. It's one of my favorites, the local native columbine. We moved some of the double blood roots here, so we're going to put a whole patch of them here. And she got bored, she's waiting for me. And this is one of my favorite little wildflowers that can easily be over like blue-eyed grass. So this is one of my first rescues in Mawa. We let it go here. As you can see, it's everywhere in here. And we use its seedlings from this location for around the yard. Up above on the edge is our main mayapple colony. It has a lot of plants in it. This seems to be the perfect location for them. And let's get a look at the mayapple flowers underneath. So that's pretty cool. You usually don't see them, but because we're at the edge, you can see the mayapple flowers hiding underneath the foliage. But they're pretty cool. Okay. So we're gonna go back. Now over here, we've got another pond. We'll be going that way in a few minutes. But first we're gonna go back across here. This is the main mayapple colony. It's massive. I mean, there's a lot of plants here. This is an area we still haven't figured out what we're gonna do with. This may be salvias, not of them native, but we are addicted to salvias, and plus they're good for the hummingbirds. We're gonna go back down this treacherous, if I don't die. There we go. You coming? Hey, are you smashing trillium? Get over here. I think you're smashing trillium. Come on. Hey, get back on the path. No, no, no. This is not gonna. Oh, there goes a trillium. Oh. Thank you. What a helper. Eesh. Okay. So, go through here. And I think in previous videos we showed this. This was all in bloom. These were all primroses. Started out as a couple plants, and now it's a whole bank of about 20 feet. Walk along here. One of my favorite rescued ferns. the beach fern. It's really cool. Triangular leaves, kind of blackish stems, low growing, and it spreads. You can see here it's mixed in. It's pretty cool. Coming up here, all kinds of stuff. And last year we went to some of the local nurseries and bought all these things for $1. That was $1. That was $1. Red twig dogwood was $1. Yeah, you can't pass that up. All these little azaleas here, now it's coming back up, were $1. So again, more fern, different kinds. You got 3 different kinds of fern here, and different here. Back to the beach fern. More columbine. Fall Solomon seal growing underneath a bench. Walking along here. Got a little bank here. I haven't quite figured out what I'm gonna do with this. This gets full sun. I'm not quite sure, but we gotta get some color in here. Okay, we're back across this way. Pesticides everywhere. Kind of was a mistake. I gotta control these. I'm gonna have to whack a bunch of these and kill them. But we planted more mayaples here with some more fern, some blue flag iris. Gotta clean this pond out. It's full of leaves, nasty. Native cut flower, rescued that. The stand where this was rescued doesn't even exist anymore. Gooseberries for the birds. You walk back around here, and this goes out to the front yard. Got dead space here. Gotta have figured that out this year. This is all agastache here, and back to the front, another bank. Our residence wrens. This is all milkweed coming up here. It's late coming up. This whole path is aligned with geranium, so this will be in full pink. Oh, one of my favorite rescues. Where is it? Oh yeah, here they are. These are cool. Let me show you these. These are great bellflowers. Rescued those a few years ago, and they are coming up everywhere. And again, did not get eaten by the deer. Okay, coming along here. This is the path back. And now we got to figure out, oh, there's the pup. Here she comes. This is all a new sun garden, and we've got lots of rudbeckias coming up in here. And this was really one of the first places we cleared. This was all saplings. We must have cut about 70 saplings off of here. And just recently cut down 2 fir trees to bring a little more light in. So this bank is pretty cool in the summer. And as you can see, there are hundreds of ferns of all kinds of species. We've got, heck, I couldn't even tell you what they are anymore. I'm just going to point out all the different ferns. Here, we've got some up there. There's all kinds of different ferns. And then again, trillium. There's 2 species growing side by side. I had to go check on the one that got smashed. Anyway, there's some more trillium. They're always a cool flowers. These are little tiny right here. These are fairy spuds. The little flower, this little flower right here, that's a fairy spud. They're actually edible, like little miniature potatoes. But I'm not digging them up because I like them. Here's a stand of bloodroots and Solomon seal, and mixed with ramps among all the ferns. And we're back underneath the big rhododendrons. Back up the side. To the patio area, and the patio area is planted with salvias for the hummingbirds. So these are not hardy salvias, they have to stay in the greenhouse. This is a blue one. I think this is Mexican bitter sage. I forget what this one, Windwalker. That's a great hummingbird flower. You can tell that one right there. That is a blue impatient. Some lantana for the butterflies. That's a pretty cool salvia. Lemon tree. Always love these guys, so I just bought one of those. And this is a great salvia. Very fragrant leaves. Smells like, it's called the fruit scented sage, Doriciana. Kelly's herb garden for cooking. This is a little patio area here. We have a nice little growing area. Again, more salvias. This is another cool one. I think this is Miniata. Hummingbirds love it, and it's got glossy foliage, so that's cool. This is a monster. This is my giant 300-pound ginger. Got him, I picked a seed up from him in the 80s in Hawaii. And I've had him ever since. This is the garbage can side of the garage, but we have placed in a lot of native plants and a lot of perennials, hostas, and this is a mix of natives and non-natives. There's some pretty nice shrubs here, and these are all native columbine. The side here is planted with pipevine, and then this is going to be blue impatiens and Solomon seal. You can see the Solomon seal right here is coming up, some nice blooms, and then these are seedlings of blue diamond impatiens. They were found in Tibet in 2006 in a remote canyon. Yep, Tibet. You don't want to see the garbage cans, but now we're out to the front yard, and last couple years ago there was a giant Japanese maple right here. You can see right there's a stump. Cut that down, and now we have a huge butterfly garden. So that's it. That's the tour of the backyard. Hope you enjoyed it. It's early spring. Everything looks great. Everything survived the winter and then some. And we are going to, you can see the dogwoods down there on this side of the yard. That's kind of cool. And lilacs. It's not a sunny day. It's a little cold. And this was our garden. So I hope you enjoyed the tour. This is where all our plants come from. This is where all our rescues go. And since we have added all this to the yard, the butterfly species have just exploded. We have birds everywhere. We have pileated woodpeckers. We have a pair of red-tailed hawks that are in these oak trees that have babies. And right up here on that spout is a robin with her babies. But we have all kinds of wild creatures here. We've also had an increase in frogs and toads. So we suggest that if you have land, take a look at these videos, and we hope it inspires you. There was nothing here. I just want to point out, there was nothing here at all when I first moved in here. It was covered in ivy, covered in overgrown saplings. There was not a plant in the ground. None of this existed. The only thing in the ground was ivy and that nasty pachysandra, and literally you cannot see past here. It was a wall of ivy. All of this has been done over the last 20 plus years, and we're pretty proud of it. By the way, that is a giant spice bush. We planted those, and we get spice bush caterpillars off of there for spice bush swallowtails that we released back into the wild. So that's it. It's cold, it's starting to rain, and I'm going back in and edit this video. Until next time.